It was some 6 months ago now that I sat in a pool villa overlooking a golf course on Koh Chang. Paradise, the most stunning of environments you could be, and yet complained about my life, about my balance, about my priorities, and the fact that although I was in paradise, and still am by the way, here in Thailand, that I spend most of my time working on my computer, in meetings, round the clock, most days a week. Whilst my family fortunately get to enjoy such beauties, and whilst I'm at my computer could be, if not at school, taking a walk along a beach. It was a video message that got a tremendous response. I think with lots of you sharing the same kind of conundrums wherever you are in the world. And I got a lot of phone calls. I wanted to follow up on that today because I'm not quite sure if my narrative or reasonings for me flagging these questions for my life were exactly right. Some actually called it a midlife crisis, and me being me internalised what is a midlife crisis. And I think it's just really where we all come to a point in our life where we question what we're doing and whether it's right and how do we want to proceed. It's a review, it's logical. It's just how you handle it and how you move on to make sure that you are making the most of the life and what you want from it. I guess these are some of the other issues we have. What do we want from life? When do we know that enough is enough? Are our days the days that we went to school for and our parents brought us up for in terms of how we want to live our life? Sometimes I feel it's only when tragedies happens and you read about a death of a good friend or somebody that you know that we all take stock of our life and say, is this what we want? That's not a midlife crisis. It's sensible and logical. Now, if I think back to my original challenge, I'm going to read off a list here so I'll get it right. I do think it's important what I flagged, but I think there's other questions we as individuals in society should ask. And over the years here in Thailand, so the 15 years I've been here, I feel like my balance between lifestyle and work has changed unfavourably in terms of happiness. So I'm doing more projects than ever. Some of them are costing me money in investment. All of them are bringing certain levels of stress. And when you put all of these together, the stresses can often be far more, which then gives me another set of challenges for how I manage my mental well-being, minimise the coffee, try not to go to bed too late, get plenty of exercise, and keep myself mentally fit so that the days are productive and then I can be efficient doing them. But I do have to question why I've done this, and maybe there are some elements of I've got a family now and I need to make sure that they're looked after, and I need to keep one eye on the future as well. Naturally, I'm quite competitive, so I see it as a challenge to test myself and my abilities in terms of what I can achieve. But offset against that, I'm drinking a few cups of coffee each morning to get things going, and I'm living by the clock, looking for when my next meeting is. Am I on time? Something there doesn't feel quite right. There's some irony as well in how I'm choosing to live my life. Why am I working hard now and compromising my lifestyle and my freedoms? It's because I want to get to a position where I don't feel I need to work. I have the flexibility to take on projects or spend time. But by the same token, if I don't want to work for the next couple of weeks, I can do that. That couldn't be furthest from the truth in terms of where I am today. What my life has done is put me in front of more like-minded individuals. Often the people that I'm surrounded with now are far more affluent than me. You know, I've never met so many millionaires in different industries. And there are certain traits, and all of them, at whatever age they are workaholics. And I wonder if that has now become me, and if at any point I can shake off this. When does the behaviour become you? When do I get enough money and recognise that? At what point? And ease off the work. Ease off the stress load. These are sort of by default some of the things that can happen to us as individuals if we don't get stock on it. And I have to ask myself at the same token, what's the driving force? This world applauds winners in terms of those that achieve the most. Elon Musk, working 18 hours a day, very little sleep. Richard Branson, winners, look how successful they are, look how much money they've got. But I wonder by the same token how much stress and compromise on their life and the family they've put on, and that the real winners in this life are the ones that we don't recognise, that keep their heads below the parapet, blissfully content and not giving a crap about what the world says to how you should live your life. Stay safe, down about Thailand. Fought for the day here in a beautiful Thailand.